If you're a high income earner, this video is for you. Hey, it's Eric with Jazz Wealth Managers, where we don't just invest your dough. We like to educate you about your dough. And for those high income earners that are out there, the challenge is that you get stuck and you get pigeonholed. You're paying a lot in taxes. You're oftentimes, not able to do all of the different types of investment accounts. And so planning and strategy is something that has to be done. So there are different accounts. There are different types of accounts. I'm sure you probably know of some of these, but what I want to do is actually break them down a bit more, explain the benefits of each, and also do this in a sense because what we're doing right now with Jazz and our clients is we're actually able to work with people that have done things like this with these types of accounts, and we can work with them later on to avoid taxes and retirement, convert money, do all of these different strategies that are really cool. But if you're not doing the things that you need to do today, then later on, it's going to hurt you. So let me go ahead and jump in here and show you exactly what I'm talking about. So one of the first accounts, like I say, you already know what it is, but it's an employer account. So the employer retirement accounts, 401as, 457s, 401ks, all of these things are great opportunities because first of all, if you have a Roth option, that's huge. Because if you're a high income earner, there's a good possibility you're not able to do a Roth IRA, but you could do a Roth 401k because it doesn't matter what your income is. Now realize with these, the thing is that when you have an employer match, the employer match always goes to the tax deferred side still. If it didn't, it would show up as more income for you. So you kind of got to thank the employer for that. I'm putting that over there, but that's the way those work. But right here though, the biggest thing is that it allows you to invest far more than in a Roth or a tax deferred account. And so with this right here, this allows you to really get a leg up on your retirement savings in general. If your goal is to reduce your tax liability today, awesome. You look at the traditional side of that or the tax deferred side. If your goal is to save as much as you can tax-free long-term, then this is a great strategy. You're going to pay taxes on the money you put in today, but then the rest of the money is going to grow tax-free. So in retirement years, you don't really have to worry much about the old IRS coming to get your money. All right, so as far as the next one goes, the next one, again, you've heard of this, but how does it work for you as a high-income earner? We've got a Roth and a traditional IRA, not one, not the other. You got to do both. Reason for that is because you're probably not going to be able to do the Roth, as I had mentioned previously, which if you have over the income limit, there's certain IRS income limits. You need to make sure you know those. But if you can't do the Roth, then you can do what's called a backdoor Roth IRA. This allows you to put money into a traditional IRA and then convert that money to Roth money. That's an awesome strategy. The one thing that you have to be careful though with this is if you already have a traditional IRA anywhere, whether that be a rollover 401k or anything like that, you've got this traditional IRA. When you put $6,000 into that traditional IRA this year, and you want to convert that $6,000 over to Roth, well, now you've kind of messed things up. There's a big thing. It's called the pro rata rule, and you have to be very careful. So make sure you're following the rules here with this. If you don't know those, I know somebody who can help you, but find yourself a good fiduciary advisor that can help make sure that you're getting this done right, or at least a CPA that's knowledgeable in these strategies. All right, final one that I want to talk about is the taxable account. You've probably already got one open. I mean, Robinhood, all these things were super popular quite some time ago. So really not that far ago, 2020. But in those times, people were opening up accounts, joint brokerage accounts or individual accounts to invest money. The nice thing about these is there's no rules or limits. So just like with a 401k or an IRA, you have limits. You can't access the money before a certain age, all these different things. This doesn't have that. Also, the nice thing is that you're going to put money in and it's going to have a cost basis. So let's say you put $100,000 into this account and then it's going to grow. And let's just say now it grew to $200,000. Well, your cost basis was 100. That's what you put in there. Then it's going to grow to the 200s and all you're going to owe taxes on is the $100,000 gain. Now, the way this is taxed though is the really nice thing about it, because if you're a high income earner, there's a lot of concerns of being in too high of a tax bracket. Well, this is a great opportunity for you because in general, they're taxed at 15%. Sometimes they could be taxed at 20% if you're making a lot of money. In that side of things, that's long-term capital gains. So that's going to be anything that you have held over 12-month period of time. Now, another thing with this is it is liquid. So when you are getting ready to retire, or even right this second, you need a little bit of money, you've got this money there. It's not like an IRA where you're going to pay a penalty if you're under 59 and a half, nothing like that. You can go ahead and get this money out if you need it. Now, something cool we like to do with clients that are high income earners that have saved a lot of money is actually you can leverage this account, which that means that you can actually leave it invested. And then instead of selling off your investments, you could borrow from your own investments and then, let's say, go buy the car and then pay yourself back as though you were paying the bank while your money is still growing. So it's a pretty cool strategy there. And then the other thing there is it allows for low taxes in retirement. This is the biggest one right here, because when you retire, let's just say you retire at 60 years old. At 60, maybe you want to start doing Roth conversions. Well, if you're wanting to convert all this money, you're already going to be jumping up into a higher tax bracket. This allows you a strategy where you can keep part of your money super low and keep that low tax bracket for everything. You'll pull part of your cost basis, part of your gains. So then when you're living on this money, the other money can be converted and you're not going to get taxed out the wazoo. That's the ultimate goal there. Now, another big thing with this account that I did not mention is the fact that you can also do different tax strategies. That is such as we have something we call the tax football. It's super cool with our software, and it allows us to do tax loss harvesting. So that's an awesome approach also with this account. So those are 3 different things that I think as a high income earner are very important in all different accounts that you should take a look at. Thanks for watching. If you want to watch more FinTips videos, click here. Be sure to like and subscribe also.